Happy Friday. It's 10 minutes to 3 Friday afternoon. Grab me a little lunch. As most of you may or may not know, next weekend is July 4th. So I wondered how many people. So July 3rd is Friday, July 4th is Saturday. Ooh, that's an old car. Whew. How many people are taking off part of next week or the following or both? I know some people they get 2 weeks off. Like when I worked at Lifesavers, I had 2 weeks off every summer. Hi, Marianne. And summer shutdown. A lot like GM used to do that. I don't know if they still do or not, but it was never around the 4th that I remember. It was always like mid to late July, which was better than nothing. But most times we ended up working 4th of July. So at Lifesavers and Lear. But I was wondering if anybody going to take some time off next week and the week after for the July 4th holiday, or are you just going to stick to maybe Friday and Monday or Friday? Today it's about 70 degrees. The last 2 or 3 weeks, it's been mid to upper 60s to low 70s for the last 2 to 3 weeks here in Michigan. I know a lot of people are liking it, and I know things are expensive, so we haven't had to run the AC yet. So I know a lot of people are happy with that, and I can totally understand that. And I am too, I guess. But I like it to be summer. We only get, in Michigan, we only really get June, July, August, maybe the first half of September of summer type weather. And then that's it. So I like it to be warm when it's warm. It's supposed to be. Well, this year has just been a total cluster. And I mean, it's been in the upper 40s at night. I can't even sleep with my window open. That's just too cold for me. To sleep anyways. But I hear next week we're going to be sweating our butts off and other things. Here comes a cool truck. That is a killer truck. Anyway, next week it's going to be the heat index. Now they say indices, and I don't like that word. That's a whole nother topic. But the heat index is supposed to be over 100 up to 105, I believe. That's just the temperature. If you don't know, heat index is what it feels like with the humidity. So let's say it's 92 outside and the humidity is implorable. That means it's going to feel way hotter than 92. And the air is going to be heavy. All the ladies are going to have a bad hair day, and some guys have long hair. But yeah, it's going to be brutal next week. That's a little too hot, I'll admit. But for me now, but at least it'll be warm. It'll be summer for about a week. I remember when I worked outdoors in 2012, it was 80 degrees in March. I was loving it. I was 14 years younger. Hey, Ruben. Hey, Rich, how you doing? Oh, good here. Good here, Rich. It could be sunny, but hey, it's all right. I just stopped to get a little lunch. Well, the Tigers, they didn't get 3 runs last night. They lost 2-1 to a team that they probably shouldn't have lost to. They dug themselves quite a hole. They can't afford to lose many games, let alone any more series the rest of the first half, which is pretty much done. The All-Star game is next month, the middle of the month. I guess I heard yesterday was the official 82 game halfway point, but they don't. Oh, there goes Menard's truck. Maybe they're finally delivering some train stuff. Jeez. Anyway, the All-Star game is considered technically the halfway point in baseball, but it's not. Yesterday it was 82 games or 81 games. But yeah, it's Tigers got to win. I've been a Tiger fan my whole life, and it is so frustrating sometimes to watch.
Heavy classic rock.
Well, Rich. Usually when the Tigers will get 3 runs, not every time, can't do that, but I'll get my free Tigers curly fries at Arby's. And then I'll just buy me a sandwich. And I'll bring something to drink from home. So I end up spending about $5 because I'll get, like today I got 2 sliders. Buffalo sliders. They're $1.99 right now. So it's 2 buffalo sliders and and a curly fry that I actually had to buy. At Arby's. I'm sitting where I normally do my lives from, and when I'm out here, out driving, I'm kitty corner from it. Like, so you see KFC right there. I can't tell or not, but if you can't tell, that's KFC. Well, next to that is across the street from that is Burger King. And that's where I usually sit, in that parking lot, and have lunch. That's why you're not seeing the intersection, because I'm not close enough to it. And the bank is next to me, and they don't have any parking spots facing the road. So I'll sit here and I'll have lunch, and I'll get trucks that are going by. Still, oh crap. There's not as many trucks as there used to be. Pretty sure why, but it takes me a while now to get enough videos of trucks to make put 5 or 6 or 7 videos together. There's some trucks I just won't bother with. They're boring, Hey Jerry, how you doing? Yeah, they're not too bad, Marianne. At least they don't look like there's a lot of rain in them. Yesterday was a different story, but it didn't really rain. We had a lot of dark clouds and blue sky yesterday, but it never really rained much. Not here. It rained to the north of my house. I was doing something and I have a lightning tracker on the phone. And I got an alert for lightning. And I was like, they gotta be kidding me. So I went out. I looked out on my camera toward the south. Blue skies, clouds, sunshine. And I went out on the back porch, and you could see it was all dark to the north. That's where the lightning was. I had to readjust the lightning tracker so it was closer to home. If I have it too far away, it'll pick up all that area of lightning when there's a storm that has no effect on me, really. Oh, Jerry, you just joined. Thank you. Thanks, Rich. I'm just having lunch, like I said, and kind of enjoying the, I guess, cooler weather. 70, 71. Gonna be super hot here, Jerry, next week. Feels like temperature's over 100. That's more your style. I'm doing well, Jerry. Earlier I was asking about plans for 4th of July. Myself, I don't really have any. I did all my 4th of July stuff when I was younger. That is a Little Caesars. It definitely is. I've been there a few times. They had that Mountain Dew Mango Rush, I think it was called. Man, that stuff is good. They had it last year, and they just went through another promotion of it. That stuff is good. I like it. It's just, I can't have too much of it. A can now and then is no big deal, but I remember the days of Little Caesars with pizza in the long paper double thing. In high school, I was the manager of just about everything, every sport, just about. Not really, but quite a few. So I was the manager for the basketball team, the boys basketball. And I was the scorer for the girls basketball. But part of my job as the boys basketball manager, we would have a Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday or Monday, because we had games on Tuesday. So it had to have been Monday. We would have a team meeting at the coach's house. Well, he would give me his credit card or place the order, and I would drive to the Little Caesars, pick up. I don't remember. It's been 40 years. 3 or 4 pizzas for the team, and I had my mom and dad's Chevy Citation, so I'd put the pizzas in the back hatch. Man, those guys, they'd say, no paper pizza this time, no paper pizza. And I'm like, well, if you want to do it, go ahead. It was the same. It didn't matter. But they just were like giving me a hard time. Oh man, Cherry, that's hot, man. 94. Yes, that's what's supposed to be here. I saw a thing this morning, or this afternoon. The heat index is supposed to be around 103 to 105 here next week. Now, I thought I heard tomorrow was supposed to be in the low 90s. I thought I heard that, but I'm not quite sure. So next week, I'll probably have to put my sign back on my Menards sign and that says, your wife is hot. Make a few videos that way. Little Caesars, they did have a $5 pizza, but I don't think it's $5 anymore. Not according to the commercials I see. I think it's like $6, maybe $7 for the same pizza that was $5 a few years ago. I'll have to pay more attention. Low to mid 80s is what is normal for Michigan. Well, they ate the pizza, Jerry. They ate it. It's when you get, so just imagine, they were two pizzas side by side wrapped in a thing of paper. So if I think I got four of them, because there's, of course, 15 players, me, the coach, and maybe his kids at the time. I don't remember. So there was at least 16 or 17 of us. So I had three or four pizzas, and I could lay two of them out next to each other, and then I had to lay the other two across, or one, whatever it was. Well, sometimes in my haste to get to the coach's house, which was kind of far away, in the rich side of town, sometimes they would slide around and one would kind of dip on the other one, and the grease would get on the paper of the one pizza. But those guys, they ate it. They just like to give me a hard time, I think. I don't know. Yeah, Jerry, lots of water. Well, I'll tell you, that pandemic was a weird time. I remember you weren't supposed to drive. There was a period, I think it was April or May of 2000. You weren't supposed to go anywhere unless you were like an essential worker or something. Oh, crap. I was driving to Grand Rapids just because I wanted to get out of the house, I'd be going down the main highway up here, and there's nobody around. No one. And that was really weird. In fact, this is the highway that you see the cars going by is the same highway that I'm referring to. Oh, that guy just hit the tree with his truck. He's got a box truck, and he just drove through the parking lot of the bank and hit the tree branches as he drove through. Crap. Yeah, I meant 2020. 2000 was a bad year for me too, but that's another story. Yeah, that's weight distribution. I'm sure that's what that is. I don't know if that's just Michigan or what, but a lot of those trucks that carry heavy loads, they have a ton of axles. I'm sure it's partly support and distribution of the weight. Oh, Got a birdie out there. Hey, birdie.
As we check in with
Oh,
our bears, hoping for rap many, many
I
times.
threw him a fry and he flew away.
Never again, but it should happen many times. Yes, I'll be returning Bon Jovi. From the record that changed their lives. Slippery When Wet. And in this tune, at the very end, listen well, because he gives a shout out to Sam, his hometown. And by the way, he's in the Sayreville High School Hall of Fame. And John, being the guy that he is, he's been in a great studio. He's that kind of guy.
Let's do baddies. Yeah, I have to look that up, Jerry, because I don't officially know why they're like that, but I'm just presuming based on my construction experience and living here my whole life. See, part of it is, I think, just guessing, since we have so much freeze and thaw during the winter and spring, a lot of times we have there's weight restrictions in the spring for a period of time. Trucks can't be over so many tons to go down certain roads. Of course, being summer now, that has nothing to do with it. I'd look that up. I get asked that a lot by a lot of people, and I just have never really put much thought into it, other than what I thought I knew. So I'll have to look that up. I know the milk tankers, the fuel tankers, they all have a ton of axles. When they're empty, or almost empty, I guess, a lot of the axles are up, and they put them up when they turn. I drove an oil tanker for a hot second a long time ago. That only had the 18 wheels. I'm not sure why, but that was an 18 wheeler. So here comes right now. His first 4 axles are up, and the last 4 are down. So that must mean he's not fully loaded. And was that a milk truck? Yeah, that's a milk truck. So all the milk is probably in the back as he drives. Sure, there's buffers in there, but That's just my guess. No, it's not as bad up here. It's worse here than it used to be. I mean, it used to be we could go through an entire winter without maybe one warm up. But now we actually get a lot of freezing rain during the winter at times. That was a rarity. I remember, I think it was 1982. Yeah, 82 or 3, because my brother had graduated from high school. And I can't remember if it was his college break, but he went, it was like 62 degrees, I think, the day after Christmas in 1982 or 3. And he went skiing. And I was in the yard. I was in the driveway playing basketball. I think he got sick. My brother got sick from skiing in his shorts and t-shirt. I think that's what he did. But there's only a few times I remember where it's been actually warm during the winter. Another was 1990. Yeah, I was at my apartment and I changed the oil in the parking lot in my car. But there's not too many times it's been that warm in the winter. That's why, Jerry, that's why our roads are so bad. And they're getting worse because of course, you should probably know that when the ground freezes, it wants to move a little. Heave and hoe. So the roads will be a little rougher in the winter because the ground will make the pavement heave. And here comes a race car. Yeah, check this out. That is, I'm gonna guess, that's a dirt late model, I think, or a sportsman dirt late model. No, that wasn't a modified. That was a late model, I think. Sometimes they're hard to tell. Well, yeah, our roads are the way they are because of the weather. I see all these yin-yangs on Facebook griping about how bad the roads are and how bad the governor is and why aren't they fixed. Well, one thing is you can't fix them all at once. You can't, it's not possible. And 2, it takes time to fix them. And it depends on what's wrong with them, what they're doing, how long a distance they got to go, and how much money is available. But all these crybabies, they just want to make a big deal about how bad the roads are. And yeah, sometimes I complain about them. But not, I mean, I just tell them, hey, if you don't like it, move. We have open borders in Michigan. Move. Go live in Ohio. Those roads aren't any better. I lived in Indiana for a hot minute. And no, they just redid the highway that goes through. It goes through Angola. I want to say that's 69. That's 69, I think. Well, it goes down to Fort Wayne. That road was literally like riding in a boat. It was up, down the whole way, and it was a brand new road. I was like, wow, this is horrible. You don't want to eat lunch before you go that way. So the roads are what they are, you know. If you don't like it, my attitude is if you don't like it, stay home, stay on your porch, you know. But a lot of people just, because the way things are today, it's always somebody else's fault. Well, the modifieds are fun. I watch them if they're on TV, I'll watch them around the internet somewhere. And a guy I used to work with, his brother had a modified. And I went to see him one time years ago with him. They're pretty fun. We got a pretty decent dirt track around here. It's fairly well known, Crystal Motor Speedway. It's got a pretty good history, I guess. That's where I went. Haven't been out there since. My breathing, my respiratory condition kind of makes it difficult to breathe in those fumes. I used to love the smell of racing gas. Back earlier this week, I was over here at the gas station, and there was that buggy. I posted a picture on YouTube about the little buggy. He had a little tank on the back, and I thought, what the heck is that? Well, it had to have, he ran that on racing gas, because when I walked out after he left, I could smell the, burnt fuel, and I was like, oh wow, that little buggy's got racing gas. And the motor, it didn't look like much more than, now it was, but more than a Briggs & Stratton motor. But I say that just in jest, because it's a small car and it was in the back. And it was funny because I was sitting in the parking lot across, like almost where I am now, and I seen the buggy go by, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Well, then when I seen him at the gas station, he had his son with him, and I was like, I never seen him. The little guy was so short, you couldn't even see him when they drove by. And that little guy, he had like 4 bottles of pop. He was grasping onto 4 bottles of pop and helping his dad when they left the gas station. Uh-oh. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. Been quite a while now. Probably take forever to download. I think I'm going to go over and check out this fireworks stand that's over here in the parking lot. Yeah, I love the late models, Jerry. I used to go every week in the 90s. I'd go to Kalamazoo Speedway on Friday night, Berlin Raceway on Saturday night, every week, and from 90 to 98 or 99. And there'd be weeks when I'd go to Galesburg, or I'd go to Rothbury. I'd go to other tracks too, like Crystal. Back to one time I went to Crystal in the 90s, I got caught in a tornado. Well, I think I'll wrap this up, get going on down the road and head home. It's getting late in the day almost already. Geez, 3:30. Time to go run some trains. Well, thanks for joining me. Everybody have a good Friday and a safe weekend.